Okay, we have integration by substitution, and first we have the algebraic substitution. The only target here is to simplify first the equation. Dapat walang radical sign. I need to say dapat lahat ng square root or lahat ng fraction yung exponent dun sa function must be simplified. For example, you have an integral of x, then square root of x plus 4 dx. Kailangan your target is to simplify the square root of x plus 4. Then kapag algebraic substitution, you will use another variable to substitute dun sa isang function. So for example, you will use y, then the one that you are going to substitute is the square root of x plus 4. Your target is to simplify, so dapat mawala si square root. So you need to square both sides. You will now have y squared equals x plus 4. Then get the derivative of this function. You will now have 2y dy equated to dx. Now you will use these equations para dito. You will now have the integral of the x, or the square root of x plus 4 is simply y. Then the dx is simply 2y dy. How about the x? You will get the value of x through this equation, which is y squared minus 4, and that is equivalent to x. You will now have the value of x as y squared minus 4. Now simplify this equation. You will have the integral of distributing this y multiplied by y multiplied by y raised to 2. You will have y raised to 4. Then y, and negative 4, you will have negative 4y squared dy. Then you have your constant 2 na pwede mong ilabas. You will now have the integral of 2y raised to 4 dy, then minus 2, then the constant 4, then the integral of y squared dy. Then this falls under the power formula. So you will have 2 y raised to 5 over 5 minus 8, that is y cubed over 3 plus c. This will be supposedly your answer. Kaya lang, your function is in terms of x. So kailangan ibalik mo yung function mo into x, wherein dapat the value of your y is your original, the square root of x plus 4. So substitute that. You will have 2 over 5. Then y raised to 5, that is the square root of x plus 4 raised to 5 minus 8 over 3 multiplied to the square root of x plus 4 cubed plus c. Then simplifying the equation to have your final answer, you will have 2 over 5, then x plus 4 raised to 5 halves minus 8 over 3, then x plus 4 raised to 3 halves plus c. Okay, next example is the integral of x raised to 5, then the square root of x squared plus 9 dx. A while ago, ang sabi ko is the target ay mawala yung square root. So this will be y equals the square root of x squared plus 9. So para mawala si square root, you have to square both sides. You will now have y squared equals x squared plus 9. Ngayon, you have to derivative this equation. You will now have 2y dy equals 2x dx. Since we have 2 sa parehas na side, you will have to cancel 2. Ang matitira is y dy equals x dx. So, ang kailangan kasama ni dx ay isang x. So, babawasan natin yung x raised to 5. That will be x raised to 4. Then, the square root of x squared plus 9 multiplied to x dx. Still, that is x raised to 5. Then, the square root of x squared plus 9 dx. So, ang target mo is to have the x raised to 4. Kukunin mo siya dito. You will now have to transpose the 9, that is y squared minus 9 equals x squared. Ngayon, since x raised to 4, you have to square both sides. Your x raised to 4 now is y squared minus 9 squared. So your equation will be y squared minus 9 squared. And this square root part is simply equivalent to y. Then the x dx is simply equivalent to y dy. So your equation now is y squared, then y squared minus 9 squared dy. Now, para ma-integrate to, you have to evaluate this. This will be y squared, then y raised to 4 minus 18y squared plus 81 dy. Then distribute the y squared. You will now have y raised to 6 minus 18y raised to 4 plus 81y squared dy. Then integrating this part, you will now have y raised to 7 over 7 minus 18 of y raised to 5 over 5 plus 81 of y cubed over 3 plus c. Supposedly, this will be your final answer. Kaya lang, the equation is in terms of y. So, you need to have the equation of x. So, papalitan mo si y ng square root of x squared plus 9. So, this will be 1 over 7. Then, the square root of x squared plus 9 raised to 7 minus 18 over 5. Then the square root of x squared plus 9 raised to 5 plus 81 over 3. Then the square root of x squared plus 9 raised to 3 plus c. Now for the final answer, you will now have 1 over 7, then x squared plus 9 raised to 7 over 2 minus 18 over 5, then x squared plus 9 raised to 5 over 2 plus 81 over 3, then x squared plus 9 raised to 3 over 2 plus c.